We are in KwaMbonambi for you, where we understand that the ANC top brass has touched ground there at this moment, and what we understand is that I think there's a prayer service of some sort that's currently underway. We'll be taking you there in just a moment and we take you there now from myself and the entire agenda team. Have a great day going forward.
Nyambos was known by the President of France. He was known by the Prime Minister of France. Ugote, I know because I went there. And then Mam Andy said, Ugote, what we normally observe is Abantu, they know him. Because Kumbula, you have almost in France almost 150 ambassadors. So for you to be known, you are supposed to be extraordinary. So Nyambos was extraordinary because he was known by the President of France and the Prime Minister. And I think that issue, I think it inspired all of us. Because sometimes, Comrade Tuma, when comrades get an assignment, they don't deliver and live up to the assignment. Uguti, okay, I'm a comrade. And therefore it means you are not supposed to work. This comrade was the antithesis to that. He was one of the best ambassadors to have ever put their soil on the France as a country. What I can report to the family is as follows. Because Uguti, there's been many things in the media and everything. The first issue is we have lost Nyambos. And we could not report and come to the homestead up until the police in France have allowed an access to him. I'm in contact, of course, with the representative that side, Ushenge, Comrade Dr. Sufisun Buthelezi, have left just when we heard about his passing, and we asked him to go immediately to support the wife, but also to do our own assessment of the condition and everything else. So namhlanje, there's supposed to be the identification of the body namhlanje as we speak, because the time zones, hakuna time zones, it's the same more or less. So we could come only to the family once the police have allowed the family representatives and the South African mission in Paris to gain access to Ambassador Mthethwa. The police have also indicated to us that they anticipate to conclude their own assessment. And that assessment also required, Mam Andy said, an autopsy, doctor, that will have to be conducted because of the situation of that. Our latest information, Ugoti, just before I arrived, is that they anticipate that processes will be concluded by Sunday. And then what we are going to have to do is then to facilitate with the elders a situation where we bring Nyambos back, Sekai. That is what we want. We want to see him back. That process, from the time of the application, it takes ordinarily 48 hours, 2 days, for us to do that. And then Mam Andy said, after she has spoken, and ourselves will remain with the elders to agree on the detail of the cultural imperatives that must take place. And that obviously it can't happen in front of everyone in terms of the detail. But the important thing is that we'll be able to ensure that the cultural imperatives, we resolve it. We respond to that as a government of that Unyambos have served and bring him home. That, comrades, will include the fact that first and foremost he belonged to the African National Congress. He belonged to this region, Musatlan. But the problem, Kanyam, was he did not belong to only you. He belonged to everyone else. So we are obligated because of the levels of service, because Kumbula Nathi served as a member of the National Executive of Government, in particular as a member of Cabinet. So there is normally rules that govern that process of paying tribute to the comrade, and in this instance we have to take into a consideration that he served as head of mission of South Africa in France as ambassador. So we do appreciate that Sekongolo's Comrade Duma will have its own events of paying tribute to him. That will be strengthened also by our own repository of organization from the side of government, because the entire diplomatic corps, Abantu from all countries that are residing in Umzansi, have indicated that they would want to be part of a process of paying homage to this comrade. And the family of Mthethwa will be privileged and will be accorded the opportunity to meet those ambassadors. Because sometimes we don't appreciate what this family have done to the people of South Africa and to the world. Where Comrade Jeff are deployed in peace diplomacy, you can't speak about peace in the DRC, in the Great Lakes, without speaking about the role that France has to play. You can't speak about the difficulties in the Sahel without speaking and reflecting what was the role Unyambos in relation to the withdrawal of France from the Sahel region. You can't speak about the Horn of Africa, the plight of the Cuban people, the plight of the people of Western Sahara and Palestine, if you don't speak to Unyambos. Kumbula Bahaishu, just 2 weeks back, in fact not 2 weeks back, last week, France announced a decision to recognize the state of Palestine. Now, Uguti, it did not happen, no. Uguti, where the president of France, Namslanja, just decided to wake up and do a pronouncement. It's because of the consistent work that Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa have done in France to engage the leadership of France. So the Palestine people, comrades, and the family, you will meet them when you go to our official memorial service. Because what is done, what is happening in Gaza, at the height of his work, Unyambos was there. So he was a fighter for justice, comrades. But I think, as I conclude, Minister Lamola have indicated that he is deeply pained because he led the African National Congress Youth League as a deputy president, isn't it so? And then I led the African National Congress Youth League before Lamola. And then Nyambos was 6 years my senior. I've met him approximately 30 years back. Mom Andy said, and namhlanje I was saying to Sis Cooks, Ukuti, Seumdala. Because we met Nyambos 30 years back.
All right, live visuals there from KZN at KwaMbonambi. This is, of course, the home of the late Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa. DIRCO Deputy Minister there, Alvin, extending condolences, on behalf of government to the family.